Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Beyond the Frame Live. My name is Dottie San Martin, and I'll be your host today. But our special guest that I'm so excited about is Stephanie Davis. She is the president of Davis Productions and the new owner of International Bowling Industry Magazine. Welcome to the show, Stephanie.
Thank you so much, Dottie. Thanks for having me.
Oh, my pleasure. You are really getting into the media in an exciting time. And I have to ask you, what led you at this particular time to purchase International Bowling Magazine?
Right? That's a great question in the middle of the pandemic. When businesses are contracting and not advertising, we decide to go ahead and purchase International Bowling Industry Magazine. Dottie, you and I talked a little bit earlier, and one thing that happened all across many industries for all sorts of people was when COVID hit, and as we went through the many months since then, people were kind of reevaluating what they were enjoying in their life or not, what they were passionate about or not. And the previous owner of the magazine, Scott Fraker, who's well known in the industry, he had become a police officer, a law enforcement officer in Kansas, where he lives, a few years before the pandemic. And he was extremely passionate about that. That was his energy and his excitement. And he really wanted to focus on that. He had brought me on board in order to just kind of bring a fresh perspective as a consultant at the beginning of the pandemic. And as time evolved, it was really, I was having so much more passion for this than I expected. As longtime folks in the industry, loving the industry, we thought, you know what, it's a great fit from a writing standpoint, and from just being in the industry, we thought, let's go deeper. So here we are.
Well, that's a great story. What is your goal? What do you hope to be able to do?
Well, there's a lot of goals that we have. One thing is that we serve a dual purpose with the magazine, because our sister company, BBBI, which runs the Kids Bowl Free program, Women Bowling with Wine, a lot of other things. We deal with a lot of operators on that side of the business. And then with the magazine, we're dealing with more suppliers. So for us personally, we've been proprietors, big time tournament operators, suppliers to the industry with marketing products and services. And we want to continue doing that. We want to help people optimize their business, whether they're suppliers, whether they're operators. So we see us, especially moving into 2022, as much more than just a magazine.
Oh, that's amazing. That's amazing. And, speaking of suppliers, I understand that you're actually kind of collaborating with some of the industry experts and asking for their input in what's going on, and contributing with stories and blog posts and things like that. Right. I really look forward to that going forward. If we have someone watching that kind of falls into that category and they want to provide content, can you kind of tell us a little bit about how they would go about doing that?
Sure, absolutely. So we have a new website that's going to be launching the end of December, beginning of January. And one of the things on the website is going to be some content marketing from other suppliers in the industry, from folks who are professionals in the industry. They send us their information, and once a month we're going to upload, and it's going to be free for operators to go and access a lot of high quality information. And then other people give exposure to their company by being on the site. So if people have something that they would like to share, they can email me at stephanie@bowlingindustry.com.
Well, that's easy enough.
Easy enough.
Speaking of that and having people contribute, I'm curious, what are some of the things that you see trending right now?
Well, I think we've all seen in the industry a change from high frequency specialty customers like strong league bowlers to a high number of more casual bowlers. And those folks are really seeming to be looking for a different experience or more broad experience than a singular one. So operations are offering all sorts of different types of experiences in one facility. You know, consumers are tough today. They want a wow experience. They want it now. They want it easy for them to enjoy. So I think that's one of the really biggest things going on right now.
And you know, Stephanie, what I have seen is when you are able to deliver on that experience that the customer wants, and they're very clear in their expectations. I mean, especially the younger generation, they don't hide what they expect from you.
Right.
Nor do they hide if you don't deliver on that expectation. But what we have found is provided you understand what the customer wants in the experience and you deliver on that, or better yet, you exceed that expectation,
Right.
the customer does not mind paying for that experience. So to see the shift go from the dollar amount, what you're charging for an experience, when you see that shift go to what you're delivering for that experience versus what you're charging for that experience, that is so that has so much impact on your bottom line, because if you are delivering on that experience and exceeding that experience, that bottom line is going to come. So it's exciting that and then of course we also and we spoke a little bit about this before the show, that obviously another thing trending right now is the shortage of being able to have staffing, and that's definitely a challenge for a lot of centers still today.
Oh, absolutely. We see it every single day. You know, centers have, the good news is there's demand. People want to come in. That's the best news, right? That's what everyone was hoping and praying for as we were coming out of lockdowns. And the business has come back, that we know we're seeing that. The lack of employees is making it difficult. Some people have cut hours, days of operation, maybe aren't offering their full programs that they might. But once the employee situation is in a better situation where we're actually able to draw and retain staff, the good news is there's all this demand. So those are definitely the two biggest trends I think that we're seeing right now.
Well, and the response of the community has just been so great. I think that it's remarkable that, you know, centers could have very easily chosen to not cut back their hours and not tailor things down,
right,
and just continue to keep their doors open because the demand is there. People do want to come out, do want to have a good time, and they've chosen to come to the center to do that. But many providers have done that. As you said, they've scaled back their hours, they've scaled back what they are offering so that they can continue to provide that exceptional experience that we just talked about, the importance of that exceptional experience. So that is just, you know, it's great. It's not about the dollar, it's about the experience. And the dollars will fall in place if you have that experience. So I think that's remarkable from those that are out there watching that have modified their hours and streamline things so that they continue to provide that exception.
You know, and I think consumers are really appreciative of the fact that they're receiving a quality experience. They're more understanding that all sorts of businesses are understaffed. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being open. And it's been a much kinder atmosphere out there than ever before.
Yes, and you know, the other thing that we spoke about a little bit before we went live was the fact that more centers are starting to do Facebook Live and social media, and they're very comfortable in doing that. And I think they have seen that their customers are responding well to that. And you know, as we said, the pandemic has definitely shown us that you don't have to be perfect when you reach out to your customers, because you're a human, and you know, things aren't always perfect. and the customer's going to respond to that still. So that's pretty exciting too.
It is. It is. It's been fun to coach some operators along on their social media and helping them get the word out of what's happening in their businesses when maybe they really weren't familiar with doing it before. So I think as a whole, the industry has grown so much during COVID because of this awful pandemic. A lot of things have really blossomed. How people are doing business, how they're being more creative, they're learning different ways to engage with their customers, to bring customers in, to make them happy. People have stepped up all around on both the operation and the supplier side of the business.
Yes, yes, you're so right. And for a lot of people, that was definitely out of their comfort zone. And we have seen some amazing things happen by those very people that were very much afraid to step out and to get into into a streaming or go live from the center when you're closed down and show your cleaning procedures that are going on now. There's been some remarkable content created by those in this community out of necessity, and they really didn't realize how talented they were, I think.
Everybody got a lot smarter, Dottie. Everyone got a lot smarter during COVID. I know we did. People were learning to do things that they had never done before, that they never even thought of, or were too busy to learn. And folks just grew. I mean, the skill set just grew. It was fun to be a part of it, to see it. It's been a lot of good energy.
Yes, it has. Stephanie, can you share with us the promotion that you guys are doing, the Business of Bowling $20,000 giveaway promotion?
Of course, that has created a lot of excitement in the industry, which is one of our goals that we wanted it to do. But really that came about in a creativity session with the guys in the Kids Bowl Free Company, because we could see from both the center and the supplier perspective that the industry was hurting. People were nervous. Even as business started coming back, even as people started reporting record-setting numbers of folks coming into their business, the operators were really tight and conservative on hanging on to their dollars. You didn't know what was coming around the corner. There was a hesitation to spend any money. At the same time, in the magazine, we're dealing with the suppliers to the industry who were completely shut down, who were hurting in ways that they never had been before. So we wanted between the two companies to come together and bring a positive to the industry, to stimulate some business to business energy and get things moving. And from my standpoint with the magazine, I wanted to give something back to our advertisers who understand the importance of consistent exposure, of having your messages go out consistently to the reach that we have in the magazine. So what happens, for those of you watching who aren't familiar, if you're an operator, you can go to bowlingbusinessbuilders.com/giveaway. And you can sign up to be one of 20 centers who will win $1,000 toward products or services from one of our preferred vendors. So our preferred vendors at IBI for this particular promotion is someone who's advertised with us in November, December, or January. These are times when once in a while people will pull back, but the savvy marketers know you have to consistently stay out there. So we wanted to help them out as well. We've had tremendous feedback on both sides of the ledger from the industry. It's been very positive.
Very nice. That is exciting. And I'm sure that's, like you said, it's already been very well received. So.
Right. So operators, if you're watching and you have not signed up, you have until December 20th when we're going to draw the names. We're going to notify everybody in January, and that's it. You can win $1,000 that we are going to put toward your order with one of our preferred vendors.
Very nice. Very nice. So you've still got time if you haven't
Don't
done
have time. Right.
Don't wait. Time is moving very quickly these days.
It is. It is.
So let me ask you, Stephanie, post-pandemic, what are you hearing from centers regarding their business?
Mhm. It's been, like I mentioned, people were hoping and praying that, the demand was going to be there when people were allowed to get out and mix it up. And we have had record numbers from a lot of centers who have said, oh my gosh, we've had our best year, our best season, this or that. And that was really strong for many months. That has tapered off a little bit. It might be because of what we mentioned with limited hours, limited, days open, that kind of thing. But in general, the demand is strong and people are beginning to breathe a little easier. And I think be a little bit more positive and just realize, what, we've just came through a hellacious mess and we're emerging wiser, and we are meeting consumers on a level of, I think, where they want to be met, like we've talked about with technology and all sorts of different ways to show them a great experience.
Yes, definitely. And, with technology, again, going back to that younger customer, that is part of that expectation. They expect to be able to book their experience online. They expect to be able to, do things from their phone. And, as we were chatting a little earlier, some of the younger ones, if they can't get that as part of their experience, they just simply move on to the next, the next house or the next type of entertainment.
Right.
So definitely something that we need to be mindful of as we do business.
Absolutely.
So, well, very good. Well, I want to do a shout out to Karen Miller. She says, hey, Stephanie, great job.
Thanks, Karen.
Yeah, thanks for tuning in with us this afternoon, Karen. So let me ask you, if someone is watching today and they currently are not subscribers to the magazine, how can they become a subscriber? How can they get started with that?
Right. Well, we're going to make it really easy for you all in January when our new website is out. But right now, the magazine goes out both in print and digital. Some people don't know that. So if you are not receiving the printed book and you would like to, send me an email, stephanie@bowlingindustry.com, and we'll get you on the printed distribution list. But for the digital distribution, you can head over to the website that is currently up, bowlingindustry.com, and you can just sign up online with your email address and you can begin receiving that. So very easy. In the future, in January, it'll be a one-stop shop. Everything will be on the website, bowlingindustry.com.
Oh, wonderful. Well, we look forward to that your new website going live.
Thank you.
It has really been a pleasure having you on the show. This was my first time to actually meet you.
Yes.
So it's definitely been a pleasure. And we're so happy to have you as the new owner of the magazine. And we look forward to the new issues coming out, the new website, and a very bright future for you and the magazine.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Before we close for today, I always like to ask our guests, do you have a message of hope that you would like to leave our viewers with today?
I do. Any of you that are watching that know me, I love to talk about hope and positive things. So if I had to choose one right now, just for the industry, as part of the $20,000 giveaway that I was talking about, when folks go to the website to sign up, we ask a series of questions. And some of the questions we asked were regarding what their plans were to reinvest in their business in the next 12 months. And the responses have been phenomenal. We're so excited. I just like to share a few numbers with you. 41% of the people that have signed up for the giveaway have said in the next 12 months, they are looking at purchasing new equipment. 41%. I think that's enormous. That's a huge number. And between 30 to 40% of the responders. Also, we're looking at new flooring, furniture, or remodeling sometime in the next 12 months. So I think that says a lot about the strength of the industry, the plans of operators, owners, reinvesting in their business. And it just really gives a solid base that we're doing good. You know, we emerged from a hurricane and people are positive, they're happy, and they're looking to reinvest and grow their business. So I think that's the best news for you all and all of us.
Yes.
In the industry.
All of the people in this industry need to pay attention to that. That's a great opportunity. And when customers are wanting to put money back into their center,
Right.
what does that say about their dedication to their customers? And you know that the customers they see those things and they certainly do appreciate it. You know, when money's reinvested in the center, and they reward the proprietor by coming back more often.
Exactly, and spending more money for sure. Another thing that's been really hopeful and heartwarming to me is the amount of people and the different people that have reached out to me and to the rest of our group about the purchase of the magazine. People took time out of their day when they are so busy to call, text, send emails, and just say, we're so excited what you guys are doing. We can't wait to see what else you're going to bring to the industry, how this is going to turn out, and congratulations. And, you know, thanks for being here. Thanks for doing it. It's been really heartwarming, and we're very, very blessed and happy to have had that response.
Well, that's wonderful. Well, Stephanie, thank you for taking time out of your day today to be with us here at Beyond the Frame and all of our viewers. We are certainly happy to have you in the position that you're in now and are here to support as we can. So
thank you, Dottie. It's been a huge pleasure. Just honored to be your guest, and thank you for having me. It's been wonderful.
Viewers, we hope that you've enjoyed today's show. I know I have. And we hope that you will continue to follow us here on Beyond the Frame. And you never know what we've got up our sleeves. So keep watching and keep inviting your friends to join Beyond the Frame. Hope everyone has a striking afternoon. Bye.
Bye-bye.